If you watch OG Dragon Ball, Piccolo Daimao, he is like the granddaddy father of the Dragon Ball super villain. Like, you know, that otherworldly being that's not human and wants to terrorize the world. Like, this started before we had Frieza, before we had Cell, before we had Majin Buu. We had Piccolo Daimao. He was one of the characters in one of the arcs. I think he was he was probably 1 or 2. The second, maybe just right, it was right behind the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. I really wanted to see Piccolo Daimao arc. I was so happy when they released the King Piccolo arc, and they actually released it in America before some of the other Dragon Ball arcs that came before it. So man, that was some real cool stuff. Just seeing King Piccolo's father, understanding his origin. Like it paved the way, and this was like the darker tone where Toriyama. It was this character that Toriyama started taking the series in a more darker tone and would lead us to a lot of the beloved villains of Dragon Ball Z. So if anyone out there, if you haven't watched OG Dragon Ball, I think watching Piccolo Daimao will give you a much more appreciation, much more respect for Dragon Ball for where we're headed, for where the Dragon Ball Z villains are headed, especially with Dragon Ball Super, because the moral arc, it's from this character right here. The moral arc, Toyotaro, I'm pretty sure specifically took a certain trait of the moral arc and took it from this arc right here, from Piccolo Daimao. So yeah, appreciation. You'll have a great appreciation for the moral arc too if you even go back and watch this arc. So that was really cool. And then we get to the part, you know, a lot of people like to say Dragon Ball GT is trash. Well, you know what? I thought Dragon Ball GT, like I've always said, it wasn't the best. I don't put it over Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, and to a lesser degree, I don't put it over Dragon Ball Super. But Dragon Ball GT on